Hey, what's up everybody? Slick D Gamer Scott W. Perry here, and welcome to episode number 4 of Retro Chronicles, where we take a look at the history of the WWF WWE video games. Now we're up to the year 1990, and we're going back to the Nintendo Entertainment System for its second game release. Now, the year prior, WrestleMania had been a pretty good hit for acclaim for Nintendo and for the WWF in particular. World Wrestling, WWF, WWE, please don't sue me, panda people. In that event, Acclaim decided to take these games and go to their sister company, which was the infamous LJN. So this was probably the first game released for consoles under this name. And the irony is that this is probably the best game of the games released from the company on the Nintendo. I'm talking about WWE games as a whole. And that would be WrestleMania Challenge. This came out in late 1990 and features 8 World Wrestling Federation, World Wrestling Entertainment superstars at the time. You can see 5 of them right here. So we up from 6 to 8, and this was the most you could play at one time. And you had a pretty good roster that represented 1990 well. And that roster is Brutus the Barber Beefcake, Ravishing Rick Rude, the Big Boss Man, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Andre the Giant, the Macho King Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan, and the Ultimate Warrior. Now, what was interesting is that Warrior was actually the cover person of the game. When he's the person you see at the title screen, and it was interesting because at the time Warrior was really groomed to be the next big star of the company, and it really shows. The gameplay is really good in this game, and the graphics are pretty decent. It's a little bit smaller. I kind of get the feeling that this was one of the inspirations and one of the bases for Fire Pro Wrestling, because you have an isometric ring, diagonal mode, but you can actually go into the ring, out of the ring. You can have tag matches for the first time. So you have singles mode, you have tag team mode, and one of my favorite modes at the time, being a kid in 1990 liking this, you had a 3-on-3 Survivor Series mode. So you picked 3 superstars, and then your opponent would pick 3 superstars, would have 3, and you would have a Survivor Series match, and that's exactly what it is. You can get counted out, you can get disqualified, and you can get pinned. And there's a neat little screen at the end that shows you everybody who survived. If you're the only one who survived, it said tonight's winner in Sole Survivor. I thought that was a neat little touch. Now, the one interesting thing is that although I said 8 wrestlers, there's actually 9 in the game, because the 9th wrestler is actually you. And you play yourself. It's just a generic looking guy with black trunks, and like that'll ever get over in WWE ring.
What? What?
What? Anyway, and when you play yourself, you can play yourself in a tag team match. You can play yourself in a 3-on-3 Survivor Series match, but you cannot play yourself in an exhibition match one-on-one. You're instantly put into a tournament mode where you take, just like the first WrestleMania game, where you take on all 8 superstars, and the difficulty gets worse as you progress. You start off easy with Beefcake. Beefcake moves so slow and is so unresponsive that you can beat him easily. Your second opponent, Ravishing Rick Rude, gets a little bit harder. By the time you get to Andre the Giant, you're ready to throw the controller through your screen. It gets very, very difficult. But there's a nice little screen at the end when you beat it. And overall, I found this to be a much more enjoyable game. All the wrestlers have their movesets in there. You can do, even though there's no finisher assignments, there's no button to put a finisher, their moves are pretty much good. When you're Rick Rude and you walk behind somebody, you can give them a rude awakening. Brutus Beefcake, when you're behind somebody, you can put a sleeper hold in. Andre the Giant does his corner, butt smash in it. Randy Savage does his flying elbow. Ultimate Warrior can throw people over the top rope. And Hacksaw Jim Duggan has his charging stance. So all the wrestlers are very well represented here. It is a fun game. Graphically, it's very good. Music, again, is spot on. All of the Superstars theme music is done very well here. I do think it was a little bit better in the WrestleMania game. However, Ultimate Warriors is perfect. Hogan's and Savage, since they were in the previous game, sound about the same. You know, Ravishing Recruit has this kind of stripper theme. Brutus Beefcake has his memorable theme. You know, if I remember correctly, Bossman has his Hard Times in it. And, you know, Andre's is a little bit different. Duggan's is a little bit different than what they had. But overall, the music is very good in this game. And it is quite a good experience to have. Out of the 4 games released for the Nintendo Entertainment System, it is my favorite of the 4. And I thought it was a great representation. So that's WrestleMania Challenge for Nintendo. LJN, they got off on a decent start, but it would kind of go downhill from here. That's it for Retro Chronicle. This is Scott W. Perry, and next time we're actually going to go to Portable Land, and we're going to talk about the first games for the Game Boy console, and that would be WWF Superstars and WWF Superstars 2. And we're going to take a look at both of them in the next episode of Retro Chronicle. Until then, this is Slick D, Scott W. Perry, signing off.